Yo, we are back with another episode of your favorite podcast, Wrestling with the Homies. I'm the most handsome host of all time, Young Qwan, and I'm here with my boy Sylvan.
Yeah.
And my boy Cooley. Cooley. What's good with
Peace.
y'all, man? How y'all been this week?
Hey,
I'm a little sick, man. I ain't gonna hold
it's
you.
been a week,
You a
man.
little sick? That
Yeah, I'm about to have a flu game, baby.
damn, the mushroom coffee ain't helping.
Man.
You know, it's not supposed to help. It's just an alternative.
An
That's it.
alternative. It's supposed to keep you healthy, bro. What's good?
It's just supposed to keep me away from the terrible caffeine, apparently. Yeah, we can do about it, you know. I'm all right, though. I'm straight. I'm thorough, man. Come on, man. I'm ready.
It's all good. Well, look, man. SummerSlam is in the books. How we felt about it, man. It was a little long. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna look.
First of all,
4 hours.
first
4
of all,
hours.
Peacock.
It felt like 5.
I had to wait.
Yo, what was up with
watch
that?
it because they were delaying on putting it on the app. Oh, I was so heated. They wanted me to be up at
Yo,
4
so
in the
look,
morning. It's crazy.
I'm
Bro,
saying
he was up till like 2 watching it, like, bruh.
dog. That was nuts because like none of we were all busy during the day, so we couldn't catch it live. So once we finally get home around 7-8 o'clock, we thinking we just gonna hop in, rewind to the beginning, and Peacock is like, nope, y'all gotta wait till the show's over. The show ends, and they still like, nope, you gotta wait till 10:30. So by the time we finish the show, it's like 2 a.m.
Got me out here feeling like I'm 12 years old, staying up late at night.
I had to watch Jake Paul fight in the midst of it all.
I rewatched Cody Doc. I ain't gonna hold you.
The Cody Doc.
Come on, man, this man's a Cody Rhodes stand now.
Yeah.
Look, I think it's safe to say we've moved past the need for 4 hour premium live events. Like, let's do the 2-day thing, 3 hours this day, 3 hours the next day. Like, no more 4 hours. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's crazy. Come on now.
This
But
is Mania.
right, I'm saying, like, come on now. But since we're talking about SummerSlam, we definitely got to get into the main event because that's what's on everybody's mind. That's what everybody's talking about. Hottest topic in the game right now. What y'all think?
Ooh-wee.
Jimmy turned on Jey.
I called this.
Hey, Sylvan called this. That's
it.
crazy.
Sylvan called
I told
it.
y'all. I said he was gonna turn. I'm like, yo, I got a feeling Jimmy's gonna come back, turn on the set. You know what I mean? And everybody was like, that doesn't make any sense. And here we are.
But does it though? I mean, look, the internet's just saying that WWE fumbled this storyline. They dropped the ball.
Of course they are.
They say that all the time.
Impatience. So much
Impatience. Matter of fact, since you're speaking on impatience, let's just talk about it because I got a lot to say about impatience. So let's talk about the 4 most controversial words in professional wrestling. Do y'all know what those 4 words are?
Let's hear it.
I can give you a hint. It's something that if you say this to any wrestling fan that's complaining, they're gonna look at you like you spit on them. Those 4 words. Let it play out. For some reason, let it play out has become a controversial topic in professional wrestling. And it makes no sense to me. Like, is it TikTok? Has TikTok fried our brains to only being able to pay attention for 30 seconds? Like, what's the deal with that? Because, like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Remember when Judgment Day first popped up on the scene?
Yeah.
Edge, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley. What did everybody say? This is did you?
Yeah,
Sylvan, did you?
Nah.
Because I remember.
This sucks.
I remember this is
like,
the house.
Sucks. I hate this. This is terrible. Why is this on television?
I firmly remember people saying that. Oh, Judgment Day is a bootleg version of House of Black. This is House of Black if you order it on Wish.com. Remember that? Remember that?
Yeah, that was
someone that's sitting next to us on this podcast that I'm not gonna call out. I'm not gonna say no names. But they were very loud and vocal about this being one of the worst factions of all time. 2 months into their run, it was the worst faction of all time. Fast forward to today, Judgment Day is quite possibly the hottest group in professional wrestling. Am I right?
Fact.
Booming, hot,
Hey,
fire.
From day one, man.
Put my money on it.
Damian Priest has got the Money in the Bank briefcase. Dom Mysterio, NXT North American champion. They killing the game right now.
Yeah.
But at one point, they were the worst faction in wrestling. Put it like this. We didn't get from point A to point B overnight. We let it play out. Huh?
Who's calling it the worst faction in wrestling history.
You called it the worst. You called it terrible.
No way in life. There's no way.
I got another one. I got another one. Forget about Judgment Day.
That's crazy.
Forget about Judgment Day. Forget about Judgment Day.
Come on,
forget about Judgment Day. Let's talk about the New Day. Y'all remember when the New Day verse popped up on the scene?
Yes.
3 black underutilized wrestlers got together, and we like, oh shit, this is gonna be crazy. We got the new nation of domination. They about to go dominate. They about to throw up the fist and wear black, red, and yellow. Oh, we lit. We lit. That's not what we got though. We got 3 guys wearing big ass Steve Harvey suits coming to the ring to gospel music, dancing around and preaching positivity. And what did the internet say? What did we say? Oh, this is career suicide. What are they doing? WWE is dropping the ball with these guys. Like, why are they doing this? This sucks.
But it was bad. It did suck though.
Yeah, it did. It did.
It was terrible.
Fast forward to today, the New Day is one of the most successful teams of all time. They've sold more merch. They've sold more merchandise than Taylor Swift has sold concert tickets. Jeez. New Day booming. Legendary. Hall of Famers. I don't know. I'm just talking.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't know, man. Taylor pretty up there. You know?
But look,
hell yeah,
she up there. She in a different stratosphere. She in a different stratosphere. But let me show love to New Day. New Day is one of the greatest tag teams of all time. But at one point we were talking about this is a burial. This is career suicide. But we let it play out. We didn't get from point A to point B overnight. It was gradual. Y'all ever watch Breaking Bad?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Great show.
I love Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is one of my favorite TV shows.
It's a perfect show.
We all know the story. It's about a chemistry teacher who is diagnosed with cancer. So in order to provide for his family, he starts to dibble and dabble in the drug game. But over the course of 5 seasons, we see this guy get so caught up in the pursuit of making money and perfecting his craft with selling these drugs that this quirky, nerdy school teacher turns into one of the most menacing characters in TV history. And this all happens over 5 seasons. We didn't just get there overnight. We had to take the good with the bad. Walter White was not Heisenberg episode 1 of Breaking Bad. He didn't end episode 1 as a millionaire murderer. He was still Walter White. It took us time to get from point A to point B because we let it play out. I say all that to say this. This bloodline storyline is taking some weird twist. I don't know how I feel about Jimmy turning on Jey Uso. Some people like it. Some people hate it. But I do think that if any storyline in wrestling should be afforded the luxury of letting play out, it's this bloodline storyline. Because I'm not going to lie to y'all. I sat here after WrestleMania and I said that bloodline was over with. I said that they had run their course.
You did.
They had jumped the gun. And this storyline was played out. Like I said, they needed to drop it. 4 months later, we all know this. We all know the numbers. How many people watched that episode of SmackDown when Jey Uso and Roman Reigns confronted each other? Was it 3 million? 4 million? Something? 4 million? Does that sound like a storyline that has played out? Does it sound like a storyline that has jumped the gun? 3 million viewers in 2023 for a wrestling show? So I was wrong. I wasn't letting it play out. I was leading with emotion and complaining for the sake of complaining. At some point, we just got to let this play out. That's my spiel.
I respect that, man.
You respect it?
Yeah, man. You know,
so now my question,
I highly respect that.
So now my question to y'all is, was this the right move? Was Jimmy turning on Jey the right move?
I mean, yes. In my opinion, yes, it was the right move. I think that we needed them apart. I don't think the Usos needed to do much more. I mean, when we think about the Usos, we're looking at like a 12-year, maybe a 13-year run at this point in the WWE as tag team champions, tag team partnership. What have they not done? They are arguably the most decorated tag team in wrestling history. They've already cemented that legacy. You see tag teams split apart far quicker, in 3-year, 4-year marks. These guys have been together for 12 years. In my opinion, it makes the most sense, especially when you think about it from a storyline standpoint. I always talk about the promo where Jimmy turned on the set and
I love how he called it bloodline the set. Like he a part of it. He really think he bloodline for real.
You know what I'm saying? He turned on the set, baby. You know what I mean? He turned on the set, and Roman said two things. Roman said, he told Jey, you're basically running off of what your brother made decisions for you for. That's what he said. Everybody thought he was gaslighting him. You know what I'm saying? Roman's always right. You know what I mean? I believe in Roman. I believe in Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, we failed to pay attention to the fact that Roman exposed Jimmy and said that when we all said Jey Uso is the next head of the table, who objected to that?
Hey, it seemed like the bread
we all just acted like it didn't.
We weren't paying attention
because we were so fascinated with Roman Reigns as a champion, you know, because we don't like champions. We don't like winners. We like underdogs. You know, we like people who stand up to the big bad wolves, you know, but Roman Reigns is telling the truth. And now fast forward, Jimmy goes away, gets his ass beat, comes back, and he sees his little baby brother in the main event of SummerSlam, and he's jealous. And he can't take it. It's unfortunate. This is great storytelling to me.
Cooley, what do you say? Because, I mean, Sylvan alluded to it. Jimmy got his ass beat. So did it make sense? Because he turned on Jey for the people who beat his ass.
I agree with Sylvan. From a storyline, from a storyline angle, I 100% agree with Sylvan. Like I said earlier to you guys about a week ago, I said this creates the Jimmy and Jey feud. This creates the Solo versus Roman feud. Of course, Solo's going to lose.
Oh, that's what we waited.
And then when WrestleMania 40 comes around, Roman is by himself. And who's left? Cody Rhodes.
Don't say Cody Rhodes, please don't. Oh my God!
Like it just makes sense. I'm sorry, but yes, WWE fans are very impatient. I remember just 3 months ago, everybody was complaining on how the bloodline is so stupid now, it's boring. But 4 words: let it play out. You just gotta let it play out. And I'm always wrong with WWE, and I hate it because I'm impatient too. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm like, okay, I'm over it. It's just dumb. And what do you know? Triple H proves me wrong. It every time. So
we definitely.
I'm 100% with this.
So we got to understand. Like I get a part of us being impatient because we've sat here with Vince McMahon storylines for the last 20 years, and Vince McMahon was out of touch. He didn't know what he was doing half the time. So we're used to that. So anytime something doesn't go the way we want it to go, we kind of overreact a little bit. But we got to understand this is a whole new regime. This is Triple H's WWE. And under Triple H's WWE, things have kind of worked themselves out. So we can't really jump out the window every time something goes left.
I just want to go on record in saying that I've always had faith in the bloodline storyline. Like, I've always been an impatient person, and I was always here telling everyone, relax.
You were right, Sylvan.
You were right. I just want to go on record. I wasn't part of that. You know, I just want to make that clear. I am a firm believer. I am bloodline.
You were right.
I salute you, my tribal chief. You know what I'm saying?
That's
me.
But
I just wanted to.
But like Jimmy did, you're turning on the set too because of the Cody doc that released, and now you're Team Cody, right?
Oh wow. Yeah.
Oh, this man is in love with Cody Rhodes now.
Yeah, man. I was not for Cody Rhodes winning at WrestleMania 39.
Sylvan is Jimmy, man.
You know, at 40, it's a little bit different.
So I want to touch on a real life. There's a real life part of this bloodline feud that a lot of people seem to be missing out on. But I'm here to give it to you. I'm not here to tell y'all what y'all missing out on. So a lot of us forget for a very long time. And this is not storyline. This is just real life. Jimmy was kind of seen as the star of the Usos.
Talk about it.
He was the one with the charisma. He was the one with the girl. He had the famous relationship with Naomi, who's a big star in her own right. He was pretty much the Jeff Hardy of this team. He was the edge to Jey Uso's Christian.
Talk about it.
But once the pandemic happened, and I don't remember if Jimmy got injured, if he was out with like a DUI or something, but he was out. He missed some time. And Jey Uso became main event Jey Uso. Yeah, y'all forgot about that.
I didn't.
When Jimmy was out, this is when Jey Uso really started to shine. He became everything that we kind of thought Jimmy was. So in a sense, wouldn't there be some jealousy there? Like not even on some storyline shit, but just in general. If you go down and you see a little brother take your spot and run with the ball, wouldn't there be a little bit of jealousy there? Like a little hint of it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, especially when you feel like you're poised as the most charismatic one. You have everything going for you, and at one of the most vulnerable times where you're getting into like real trouble, you know, your little baby brother is showing that he's stepping up to the plate. I mean, I could see there being some jealousy there. Now, I don't really know the ins and outs of, you know, the personal stripes of, you know, the bloodline, but I will say that, you know, on some baby brother, little brother stuff, yeah, absolutely, 100%. And that's, in my opinion, what fuels this. This is long storytelling at the best.
Facts.
Yo, so look, we all agree that it made sense to me. It made sense. It didn't make sense in the sense that they whooped his ass and then he came back and helped them a month later. But from that dynamic, the whole jealousy angle, it makes perfect sense. And I think that WWE will play this up. They already alluded to it in previous promos when Jey Uso kind of told Roman that I wasn't trying to be like you. I was trying to be like Big Brother because he was the prom king. He was most likely to succeed. I wasn't. So I was trying to be that. They can play into that whole dynamic. And you guys going to be right back in. I'm telling you right now, I know it's only been a week and everybody's overreacting and saying WWE dropped the ball. But once we let this play out, I guarantee a month from now, we're going to be looking at WWE doing 3 million viewers again. And everybody's going to be back on board with the bloodline.
That's a fact.
Best storyline of all time.
We are in the bottom of the third.
It's definitely not the
facts of all time.
And look, before we get out of this bloodline conversation, I just want to talk about this bottom of the third thing because Cooley, what do you mean by that when you say bottom of the third?
Paul Heyman said this is not even a quarter of the storyline. He said we are at the bottom of the third half of the storyline. Baseball has 9 innings, my guy, or is it 10?
Yeah.
9 or 10. It doesn't matter. One of them two. It's 9 or 10.
I don't watch baseball.
I'm
black.
It's not.
Black people don't watch baseball.
It's definitely
So
not.
we have
you know,
6.
That's why they say the
we have
ninth inning.
6 more innings to go. Come on, man. We waiting on Jacob. We waiting on Zilla. I don't know. We're waiting on The Rock.
Yeah, man.
So look,
we
look, black people. Black people use football when we talk about these things. We don't use baseball. We use football. We in the second quarter.
I'm sorry. I'm a Dodger fan. I'm sorry.
Paul Heyman is basically saying we in the second quarter. So I don't know, man. But my question is to y'all: if we are really only 2 quarters into this whole bloodline dynamic, do we really want to see 3 more quarters? Like, because
here we go.
This is an incredible storyline. We all agree. But if this is like the first quarter of this, still like
I want to see it.
Here we go.
How long is this gonna last?
I want to see it.
I love it. I love it. But I can't do 3 more years of it.
Yeah, you can. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you can. That's the problem. It's like, what's all the like? Why, like, bro? You realize like it's been 3 years, right? And we are still on the edge of our seats. Like, Grey's Anatomy is on season 27, bro, and we are out here. We are out here like, what's
TV.
next?
It's people still watching Family Guy.
It's on season 38 or something, and we still out here, bro. Like,
Family Guy been on TV since I was in 3rd grade, man.
Storyline.
I'm a grown ass man now.
Law and Order.
Bro, we used to watch Dragon Ball Z episodes in 30-minute increment.
Oh
blocks
no, the Spirit Bomb.
Years to get to one battle, bro, that lasted a year. Like, we will stick around.
The Spirit Bomb started when I was in middle school and it ended when I graduated college. Like, bro. Side note, I didn't graduate college, but you get me. Yeah, like, that's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's honestly what the main event of SummerSlam felt like, though. It felt like a Spirit Bomb building. Because, Dave Meltzer, I know we hate Dave Meltzer stars, but he get him 2 stars.
That's wild.
Listen to me, Dave.
2?
Listen to me, Dave. I want you to hear me right now, Dave. You make no sense. All right, that's all I want to tell you. You make absolutely no sense.
You didn't like this match, though. Let's be honest. You didn't like this match.
I mean, Look, I thought the match was fair. I thought the match was fair.
And the face he made told the whole story. You didn't like this match.
It was fair. It was a fair match. It wasn't like bells and whistles. Like, wow, what an incredible match. But honestly, at this point, like, we're here for the story, the progression of the story, and
facts.
I feel like the ending and Jimmy coming back was everything that we needed. Also, I mean, I got to take into account to the fact that this match lasted way too long. So it was just like, bro, like it was like 36 minutes of wrestling, like 45-minute segment if you add like the intros and the outro. You know what I mean?
Yo,
it's a lot.
I believe that was Roman's longest.
I'm really curious.
Match, I believe,
but it ain't 2.5 stars, man. That's like 4
definitely
stars.
His
maybe,
longest.
3.5.
That was absolutely his longest. I'm very curious to see what SmackDown rating is gonna look like though, because everybody's saying that they dropped the ball with this bloodline ending, but if those numbers are crazy, that means that Jimmy turning on the set just sparked more intrigue.
That's just the IWC, man. That's just us. We're like, it ain't the real people.
Who are watching wrestling.
This
whole bloodline story is Chef Kiss.
I mean, we complain.
It's Chef Kiss.
Oh, that's facts. That's facts.
Ever. Best.
Well,
ever.
anyway. Well, I would love to sit here and talk about the bloodline for another 2 hours because we love the bloodline. I'm sorry, but Roman Reigns is that guy. But Sylvan, I know you got something on your chest that you've been waiting to get off.
I do, man.
So I'm gonna give you the space to go ahead and get it off.
I'm not going to even exaggerate, man. I'm gonna just get straight to the point, man. I want to talk about Ronda Rousey, and I want to talk about her rumored departure, and I want to just put this out here. Ronda, I really hope you find happiness in life. I hope you do something that makes you feel fulfilled in life. I really hope that you go somewhere that brings you great joy. And I just want to celebrate you for a little bit, Let's just name off the accolades. WWE, 1-time women's tag team champion with Shayna Baszler, 2-time SmackDown women's champion, 1-time Raw's women's champion, 1-time Slammy Award winner, 8 women's Triple Crown champion, mixed martial arts,
Rumble,
12 Royal Rumble winner, mixed
Mania
martial
main
arts,
eventer.
Yeah, Mania main eventer, first in the first women's headlining main event.
Right,
yeah. 12-2 professional record in mixed martial arts, 11-12 wins in the first round, 8 wins in less than a minute. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go through it all. I researched you. 9 wins via armbar submission, first ever UFC women's, bantamweight champion.
Cooley got something to say. I see it.
Women's bantamweight champion. I'm going through everything that she's.
We got it. We know she accomplished a lot. She got gold medals.
A lot of people,
she got judo.
A lot of people don't though. A lot of people don't. Olympic bronze medalist and medalist in judo at 2008 Beijing Olympics, qualified for 2004 Athens Olympics, 2007 Pan Arm Games champion. Won an SB, named world's most dominant athlete in 2015. Okay, let's get that out the way.
PWI ranked her as the #1 women's wrestler in 2018.
You forgot one thing.
You forgot one thing. Know what I'm saying?
What I forget?
The first woman in UFC Hall of Fame. That's big.
First woman in UFC Hall of Fame. You are a history-making woman. You are the baddest woman on the planet. Which is why it saddens me to like see how things have panned out for you. I believe that Ronda Rousey is this is tough for me to say. I believe Ronda Rousey is an unfulfilled athlete with an entitlement problem. Here's why.
What?
I said unfulfilled. You don't understand. You understand the word unfulfilled? Unfulfilled. You know what being fulfilled means? It means you're content. It means that you're happy with oneself. It means that no matter the circumstances in life, you seem to wake up every day like, you know what? Everything's all right. I can get through this. I can move through this. That's not Ronda Rousey. She's a high achiever. She's a champion. But she's not fulfilled. She is not fulfilled, and she is an unfulfilled athlete who quite honestly has an entitlement problem. Now,
but what is this based on?
I'm about to tell you. Following the defeat to Nunes and Holm, she admitted to contemplating suicide, questioning her self-worth without the UFC championship. Now, this is before she came to the WWE. I'm trying to paint a narrative here. She was seeking the approval of others, still fighting because it was expected of her, not because it was in her heart to do so. These are her words, right?
Okay.
She suffered 2 losses After 2 losses, she was like, I can't do this anymore. You weren't fulfilled. You didn't feel it in your heart. It wasn't in your soul. We get it. We all do things to appease other people, right? Fully understand. Now, we also understand that this was at a time where she was revolutionizing the sport. So things were changing. And maybe she just felt like, well, I did what I was supposed to do. Now let me get out of here. But she wasn't happy. So what does she do? Fast forward, she goes to the WWE. She debuts. It's making big money. It's way easier and has a huge impact. In fact, one of the only women to headline WrestleMania with Charlotte and Becky, even though in my opinion, a big part of that is because of Becky Lynch being white hot that year. But, you know,
and Ronda wasn't? She played as much as a part in that as all them did.
I'm not saying she wasn't
the first
not saying
women's
that.
WrestleMania main event.
Not saying that. I'm just saying I think a bigger part was because Becky Lynch was
having
on her name. one of the biggest runs in wrestling that year. That's just all I'm saying. The man was she was the biggest wrestler in the world. Like let's just get that out the way. All right. It's like I'm not going to even go there. At the same time, we begin to see Ronda disgruntled as she moves forward in her WWE tenure with the position of women in wrestling. She's disgruntled with how fans have treated her, calling them fucking ungrateful. These are her words. She made sly remarks about how wrestling isn't as serious, calling it fake fights. Not only that, but she's had mediocre
this was storyline. This was in character.
No, it's not, brother. We know it's not.
They were building towards the Becky dynamic. This was in character. Go ahead and paint this false narrative. Go ahead and paint your false narrative.
We know the vibes. Not only that, but she had mediocre matches at best, terrible mic skills, and more botches than I could care to watch, honestly. I want to read this excerpt about how Ronda felt about her time in WWE a few years in with a famous interview with Steve-O.
Wait, Steve-O, the jackass?
Yeah,
Steve-O?
That's it was kind of weird. It was kind of weird. It was kind of weird, but but it happened. It happened.
Why are you watching Steve-O around?
Because I'm a journalist. Okay, I am a podcasting journalist doing my research. Let me make my points. Man. So as I was saying, my brothers, let me cook. So this is what she says. So it's just like, what am I doing it for? Do you guys see the parallels that I'm painting right now? What am I doing it for if I'm not being able to spend time and my energy with my family, but instead spending my time and my energy on a bunch of fucking ungrateful fans that don't even appreciate me? You hear the entitlement?
She's talking about people like you.
I love performing. I love the fans. Dude, my family loves me and they appreciate me, and I want all my energy to go into them. So that was my decision at the end of the day. It's like, hey, girls, love what you're doing. I'm going to try and take all my momentum and push you guys as far as I can. Fly, little birds, fly. I'm going fucking home. And that was basically it. I'll tell you what you were doing, Ronda. You were going to the WWE because it was something to do while you figure out whatever is next for you to figure out to feel happy with inside, which is okay. God. But I believe you have a real entitlement problem. Fast forward, Ronda is leaving the WWE seemingly after a fulfilled contract. She put her friend Shayna Baszler over in a lackluster match with a feud that seemingly came out of nowhere. However, she's possibly rumored to be returning to the sport she once left conveniently after the last person who beat her, Nunes, has retired.
This is a false narrative.
Of course you are, Ronda, because you don't really know what you want. And because you don't know what you want, you're using your star power to try a few things out and, see where you can go. And when things don't go your way, you're out. And that's just how things go. I respect it. But you are an unfulfilled athlete with an entitlement problem, looking for the next thing that you can hope will bring you happiness and joy. Look, I appreciate your contributions to WWE. I truly do. I think you have done a lot for our sport. I think you have brought a lot of media attention. You probably put a few people over. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Do I like you as a wrestler? Not really. I don't really care for you. I'm not going to miss you. You had mediocre matches. You had terrible mic skills. You had botches from left to right.
Many of the women have
sit on this
mediocre matches and terrible mic
trying
skills,
to give me the bike back because I know the group chat and I see what y'all be saying and we be talking about it. And you know what? The rest of the world knows it. I want you to find happiness, Ronda Rousey. I want you to find fulfillment, joy, peace, inner calmness.
Okay, so let me
But you will not be missed in WWE.
Let me ask Cooley a question.
And that is my TED Talk.
Let me ask Cooley a question.
I
don't want to hear your voice ever again. Cooley.
Yeah, you do. Come on,
Cooley.
Man. Come on, man.
Cooley. When Brock Lesnar.
Come on, man.
Cooley. When Brock Lesnar left WWE.
Oh, Brock Lesnar? You're going to bring up Brock Lesnar?
Can I talk? When Brock Lesnar left the WWE for UFC.
Remember that?
And then he won the UFC World Championship.
Brock Lesnar. Oh,
and then he lost the World Championship and he went back to WWE.
Does
that make him a quitter? Does that make him entitled because he left UFC after doing what he set out to do, which was win the UFC World Championship?
If that was his goal to get the belt and he got the belt, he obtained his goal. And that's it.
So how?
I didn't call her a quitter.
So how?
I didn't call her a quitter.
So how is Ronda entitled?
I didn't call her. I said she's entitled.
So how is she entitled when she literally came into WWE, accomplished everything there is to accomplish? A Triple Crown winner means she won every women's title there is to possibly win, including the Royal Rumble, including main eventing WrestleMania, the first woman to do it.
I said all the accomplishments in the beginning.
So how is she? So how is she entitled?
They're just gonna do it anyway. She's Ronda Rousey. She's Ronda Rousey, bro.
So
you think they're gonna just have her in here, just wrestling
Sylvan,
side matches?
You talked
Ronda
enough,
Rousey,
my brother. You've talked enough, my brother.
I apologize. I get ramped up. I'm sorry.
If Ronda Rousey achieved all she could achieve in the Olympics, went to UFC, achieved all she can achieve, and then left there to WWE, achieved all she can achieve, and then left, it just sounds like she's winning a lot. So how is she entitled for doing all she can do and then getting out of there? There's nothing else left for her to do. She's accomplished everything there is.
I don't think that entitlement and winning contradict one another. I think they're two different things. I think there's
entitlement. I hear entitlement, but the entitlement isn't on Ronda Rousey. The entitlement is on you WWE fans who think that Ronda Rousey owes you something. You guys sit here.
I didn't ask Ronda Rousey to come to WWE, bro. I was fine. I was living my life, watching Raw and SmackDown, having a glorious time, watching great matches. By the way, a few duds with Vince McMahon. In comes Ronda Rousey. Oh, cool. The woman that's done all the accomplishments, baddest woman on the planet. I bet. Let's see if she can transfer her skills into wrestling. She's not good. You bring up Brock Lesnar, who has a wrestling background. And you
so what makes Ronda not good? What makes Ronda Rousey not good?
She can't wrestle.
Don't tell me about you. How can she
doesn't have any mic skills?
How does she not wrestle? Because she botches a couple moves?
A couple moves?
Yo, Sylvan.
Okay.
So let's be honest. I'm gonna go there.
I'm gonna go there.
No, relax.
I'm gonna get my game dash on.
I'm about to go there. I'm about to go there. Y'all treat Ronda like this because of the way she looks. Period.
Oh God!
And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Ronda Rousey isn't an attractive woman. She's a beautiful woman. Shout out to Ronda Rousey.
All right.
But y'all treat her like this because she doesn't have the typical WWE look that y'all look for, and that's a fact. Because Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, who we all love because she fine as hell. Shout out to her. She fine as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all don't say nothing about her botching every single move. She botched in her New Japan debut. She botched her finisher on Kyrie.
Yeah.
The reason she's injured right now is because she fell off the top rope and botched and hurt herself.
That's a fact.
She did the same botch that Top Dollar did before he was Flop Dollar. When Flop Dollar jumped over the top rope and fell, Mercedes Moné, a.k.a. Sasha Banks, was the first person to do this Top Dollar botch, and nobody said a word.
Queen, man.
All
of a sudden, but every time Nia Jax botches a move, all of a sudden we hear about it. Every time Ronda Rousey botches a match or botches a move, we hear about it. Why we don't hear about it when all these other girls that y'all love botching moves all the time?
Because they can wrestle. People botch all the time, but there's a difference between someone who can wrestle and who can't wrestle. Nia Jax can't wrestle. She can't.
Nia
She's
Jax,
not that good. She's
Nia
not
Jax
that good.
brings
Ronda
legitimacy
Rousey can't wrestle. We know she can't wrestle. She's not
Ronda
great at
Rousey
it. Why
will
are we
beat
acting
your
this way?
ass.
Bro,
What are you saying?
that has nothing to do with wrestling, bro. Like I'm talking
Yes,
about.
it does.
I'm talking
she brought
about
legitimacy to WWE. Did she not?
legitimacy.
Hey,
Yes.
What is legitimacy? She brought legitimacy to
Hey,
wrestling.
What's
You
up?
know what WWE is? You know how much money WWE was paying Ronda Rousey? You know what Ronda Rousey was getting paid to actually do real fights? You talk about legitimacy? Legitimacy?
Ronda Rousey brought legitimacy.
Do you know
to
how
WWE.
long the WWE has
Ronda
been around?
Rousey
You know how long the sport of wrestling has been around? You're talking to me about legitimacy?
Ronda Rousey carried a UFC pay-per-view to a million
bring
buys.
up looks
As a main eventer, Ronda Rousey brought in a million
as to
purchases
why
to
I think Ronda
UFC
Rousey
pay-per-view.
can't talk on a mic, or why she can't transfer her skills as the baddest woman on the planet to wrestle.
Sylvan, you realize in the biggest MMA company in the world, the UFC, Ronda Rousey main event brought in a million purchases.
She still can't wrestle.
$60. A million people,
That's great.
over a
She
million
can't
people
wrestle.
paid $60 to
What do
see
you want
Ronda
me to do?
Rousey. She
You know
brought
what?
legitimacy to WWE.
The Rock just grossed over 120 million in the box
The Rock
office.
is The Rock.
The movie's good? I don't know. I don't think so.
If it's good. It's making money. That's
so you're a
the
money
point
guy.
of this.
You a money guy.
Yeah.
I want you to remember that. I want you to remember that you a money guy. You respect that. You keep to your money tactics, Qwan. I don't ever want to hear you talk about good wrestling matches. I don't ever want to hear you talk about 5-star.
I don't think
this is
she's
great.
bad.
AEW 5-star out of here. I don't ever want to talk about you. You're gonna be like me. Okay, you're gonna be like me, and I'm gonna be a money guy.
Listen.
So we're gonna be on this
both
team
agree?
together.
Cause y'all going crazy right now. You know, we gotta simmer it down. You know, like when the eggs
All I said was
is
she's
overcooking,
unfulfilled
you gotta
and she's entitled.
put the heat down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Can we both agree that her first run was amazing? Can we agree on that? It was amazing.
Yes, 1000%.
She had the piper.
Yeah,
She had the little piper
I
gimmick
enjoyed it.
going on. You know, but I feel like
She wasn't talking as much.
like,
you know?
oh my god, I feel like her second run.
Okay, so
is when everything went downhill.
She wasn't yeah, because we found out that she sucks. Like, what are you talking about? What are we like? I don't understand why is it so hard to grasp. Yes.
Ronda Rousey is a Hall of Famer today.
Absolutely.
Ronda Rousey is a Hall of Famer right now. Walking away, Ronda Rousey is a Hall of Famer. There's no doubt about it. She's a Hall of Famer.
You know who else is a Hall of Famer? You know who else is a Hall of Famer?
Who?
Hulk Hogan. Can he wrestle? No.
Yes.
No. All right.
Hulk Hogan can't wrestle? Okay. Hold on.
He can't, bro.
Hold
he
on.
can't, man.
So what's wrestling to you? Because
Bret Hart
to me,
can wrestle. Seth Rollins can wrestle. Stone Cold Steve Austin can actually wrestle.
We just had this conversation
Hulk Hogan
a week ago about how pro wrestling is so much more than when the bell rings.
It is.
Anybody can go in there and do some great arm drags. If that was the case, Drew Gulak would be the biggest wrestler in the world right now.
I'm not equating that.
Nobody
Why are you bringing those things up? Why are you bringing those things up? I'm not equating that. I would say
because I'm telling you,
she can't wrestle.
You're telling me
she sucks.
No, we are
Ronda Rousey. Talking about.
We are
she sucks so much.
I'm talking about Hulk Hogan. You telling me Hulk Hogan can't wrestle? He made the most money in this business.
She sucks so much
that the fans
turned on her, dog. The fans said, "You're really bad, dog." You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't make these rules up. I just follow what's going on. You guys just want to seem to create a narrative that doesn't exist. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the facts. I'm saying what's going on in the real world. And the truth of the matter is that Ronda Rousey, you are the baddest woman on the planet. You are the most decorated woman, athlete, possibly on a face of planet Earth. But future Hall of Famer. But as far as I'm concerned, my only critique to you is that you don't seem to be happy. And you're a little bit entitled.
To add on to that Hulk Hogan angle, I ain't gonna lie, I enjoy Hulk Hogan in 3 Ninjas more than in the ring, but that's just me. I'm sorry. That's me. That's just me.
At the end of the day,
brother.
And look, I am not gonna sit here and cape for Hulk Hogan because we all know how Hulk Hogan feel about people that look like us. Like, let's just be honest about it.
We know the vibes, man.
But at the end of the day, Hulk Hogan was a larger than life character. He was the first of his kind. And he did more for this business than most people can say. So to claim that he can't wrestle just because he don't get in there and do a bunch of arm drags and drop kicks and all that bullshit, like, come on now, you're wilding.
He just can't wrestle. I mean, let's go back and watch Hulk Hogan matches. They're really
watching that. I'm sorry.
You know, we ain't watching them joints like that, man. Come on. Of course, what you say, Cooley?
You're
not watching that. I'm sorry, right? Of course you get.
You can't. You really can't. So a performer like Hulk Hogan, or a performer like
or a wrestler
Dusty Rhodes, you can't really make the comparison between them and guys like Lance Storm and Dean Malenko, because we all know that these guys, they have a place in this sport. Like, they're in there to put on these master classes. But that's a whole different thing than what a person like Hulk Hogan does.
Rock is
you can't say the entertainers like that can't wrestle.
The Rock is. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said one.
That is what you're saying. Though you're saying that you're saying he can't wrestle.
I said one person.
Yeah.
You
said
sound
one person
crazy.
couldn't wrestle. That's all. I said Hulk Hogan can't wrestle. Y'all are making it seem like I'm saying every entertainer can't wrestle.
Because you're saying that the person that literally revolutionized the industry and brought it to a platform that it had never seen, you're literally saying that guy can't do his profession. That sounds crazy to me.
All right, you go back and watch them win.
Hey, so let's
you know what I'm saying? Have a good time. Don't let me stop you, brother. You know what I mean? You go back and watch it.
I'm just saying
go
that's
back
crazy
and watch
to
those 30-minute matches.
To me, you
WCW,
sound like them
brother.
Dave Meltzer type dudes now. You sound like the dudes who will rank someone like Will Ospreay over Kurt Angle because he has the master class of 5-star matches. Like, get all that out of here, man.
Y'all are just trying to take a point that I made about Ronda Rousey not being good because she can't wrestle, she can't rap, she can't speak on a mic, and she botches all the time. And y'all trying to make it seem like, oh, why does that matter? Because she sucks. She's not good. She's not really good. And the fans have spoken. And we know that. It's not like we're watching a wrestler who probably isn't that good in the ring. It's kind of okay. Have some botches, but he's incredible on the mic, like an LA Knight. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, like you're not really that great. Like
some botches, he says,
and you have a lot of botches, but you're great on the mic.
Okay, yeah, a lot. He went from some to a lot.
Facts, big facts, absolutely. But we're watching someone who's the baddest woman on the planet who can't really do anything.
Sylvan, what's your favorite moment throughout her WWE career? Don't say her leaving.
My favorite moment throughout her WWE.
He was definitely
my
gonna say
favorite
her
moment. No, I wasn't. My favorite moment throughout her WWE career was when she had that moment with The Rock. I thought that was really powerful. I thought that was really, really tight because that brought so much attention to WWE, and it really showed that wow, we are like transcending another level in the business of WWE. And she wasn't talking as much. She had the Roddy, her favorite wrestler. Gimmick. And it just kind of felt like, oh, this is something I can get behind. The real thing for me is that I wanted to see Ronda with some, like, just all jokes aside.
I honestly don't think you wanted to see anything. I think you made it a mission to come on here and trash.
I wanted to see her with the manager.
That's what you set out to do.
I wanted to see her with the manager. I wanted, if we're comparing her to Brock Lesnar, get her somebody that can speak for her. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't know how to really wrestle that great. Get her with somebody that can speak for her, add even more legitimacy, over-explain how she is the baddest woman in the planet. You know what I mean? Don't just assume because we're all, like, here that she's that. Like, over-explain it. Like, make her a big deal. And she is a big deal, but overemphasize it. They just kind of threw her out there. And when things just kind of started going the way they were going, it just was what it was. And we've seen a massive decline from when she debuted to how she exited. Just like her UFC run, how she debuted, and how she exited. It's like,
Qwan, what's your favorite moment?
It's a pattern.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't know. You don't know your favorite moment.
Nah, honestly, the best moment of Ronda Rousey's career in WWE was definitely main event in WrestleMania. Yeah. That was the first time that women had main event in a WrestleMania, and that's still insane to me because for a very long time, women weren't put in those positions. Women were like the undercard. We all remember the Diva era where the women were kind of just there to be eye candy. So Ronda Rousey main eventing WrestleMania was absolutely my favorite moment. And when she beat the shit out of Becky Lynch on Raw that one time when they were doing the whole shooting angle, she was whooping her ass. It looked good. Look, I love Ronda Rousey. I'm not the biggest.
We know you don't. We know you don't really feel.
So I'm not gonna sit here and lie like I'm the biggest. Listen, man, I'm not gonna sit here and lie like I'm the biggest Ronda Rousey fan, but I do feel like wrestling fans have given her a hard time, and it's because she's an outsider. I know that we don't like outsiders coming into professional wrestling and being put on a plateau right away just because they achieve stuff elsewhere. We're seeing it with Logan Paul, but Logan Paul won us over because he's an incredible performer in that ring,
and he's
I
great
just
on the
feel
mic,
like
and he's
he's
an
great.
incredible
He's absolutely
performer,
great on
and
the
he
mic.
can wrestle.
You know why he's great on the mic?
It's
and
a
I just
shame.
feel like
YouTube. Come on, man. He was born to do this.
It's a shame,
right? So I do feel like if Ronda Rousey was given that whole like ground up build and came in and they had her prove herself, then people would accept her a lot more. But because she was brought in and right away was put as a megastar in the main events, that's why wrestling fans don't really accept her like that. I don't agree with that. I feel bad for her, to be honest.
I don't agree with that, Qwan, because we did accept her when she first debuted. She came out to massive
y'all
pops.
didn't. Y'all never
did. Look at Gable Stevenson. We just got done talking about Gable Stevenson. Came out.
I'm tired of y'all calling him Gable Stevenson. It's Stevenson. Respect our black brother's name. His name is Gable Stevenson. God damn it!
Sorry,
that don't even sound
black. Sorry, Qwan. Gable Stevenson. It doesn't. It doesn't. But Gable Stevenson.
No, wait, hold on. Cooley said that don't even sound black.
It doesn't. It's just a Stevenson.
I thought it was Stevenson for sure.
All right, I guess.
It's Gable Stevenson.
We just saw it with Gable Stevenson, man. We came out to cheers, came out to pops. Everybody was ready to be behind him, and then once we started seeing that he sucked and he wasn't taking it seriously, what happened? He got booed. The fans want to see that you actually care about this. That's it. That's why you can't deny Logan Paul, because he's great, and that's all I feel. That's all I'm saying.
End of the day, Hall of Famer, baby. Ronda definitely she going in first ballot. I hope y'all know that. I hope y'all understand.
I don't know why y'all didn't mention Survivor Series 2018, man, versus Charlotte Flair. That was a great match, man. That's when Charlotte turned. She turned heel.
Man.
I don't even remember that match. God, I ain't even gonna lie to you.
It was okay.
Charlotte turned heel and was
okay.
beating the hell out.
Carried her.
Oh my God. Okay, so
yeah, Charlotte carried her. Charlotte carried her.
Hey, look, shout out to Ronda Rousey, man. I'm sorry for everything that Sylvan said. Please don't come for us because you got hands and I don't want to get my ass.
I want her to be happy. That's it. I just want her to be happy. I want her to be happy and I want her to find fulfillment.
Anyways, let's get to my favorite part of the show personally. This is Cooley's rundown.
We in the rundown. Let's get it.
What's going on in the wrestling world?
I know y'all heard about SummerSlam and its highest grossing non-WrestleMania event in history. I believe it took in $8.5 million. Oh my gosh. Yo,
light work.
That's
another day at the office.
Come on, man. WWE doing their thing over there.
Hey, you know,
that's big. That's big.
WWE is hot. WWE is hot. You really can't run around it. They hot.
It's another day at the office, baby. Yeah. Come on, man. You know what we talking about. You know what I mean?
So my question is, how do y'all know how this works? Like as far as like SummerSlam and WrestleMania, like is WWE getting paid to run those shows, or do they pay the venue to set up? Somebody Google that.
I'm not sure about that.
Because I believe that WWE is like, it's like a bid. So like these places put in bids for WWE,
like the stadiums.
It was in Detroit. What's the Detroit stadium called? Allegiant? Nah, that's Allegiant. That's LA. That's LA.
Yeah, they booked that out. Yeah, they booked that out. If you like in a stadium and like they booked that out. They have to negotiate that regardless. Like they booked the whole thing out.
I always wondered that process. But
wow,
hey, still shout out to WWE, man. 8 million is a lot for one show.
Yeah, bag is a bag. Like at the end of the day, they kept all that door money, man. So a bag is a bag,
get that
bro.
Bag. They got that bag.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just another day at the office, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like big bucks. In this world, one thing counts.
Getting that bag, man.
Large amounts.
Oh, I would love to point out how you talking about one thing counts in this world is the money, but it's just a minute ago you was all about you the money man now. I don't know wrestling skills.
I said join me.
One thing
I
count.
said we gonna. I said
count.
join me. And it depends what we talking about, man. Like, come on.
Hey, you hear the high pitch voice? You hear the high pitch? Y'all know what it is.
Right,
let's talk about the most unplanned.
What else you got for
unplanned moment in SummerSlam was when Brock went off script at the end of his match with Cody and raised his hand. First, I thought he was going to F5 him or something. I'm like, yo, this is intense. Like, what's going on? Like,
I thought he was. I thought he was going to F5 him.
It wasn't a part of the script because the press conference, Hunter said that was all Brock. Like that wasn't supposed to happen. So Cody was kind of like, oh, what's going on? What the hell? And he gave him love, and that's normally not like Brock. So It's kind of interesting.
He's never done that before.
I thought that was weird. You know what? Maybe this is just me shooting in the dark, but I almost feel like this is signaling Brock Lesnar's retirement, to be honest. Like, I feel like he's gonna retire in the next year because he don't usually do stuff like this. Like, him to go off script, and he's a heel, he's a bad guy, but he goes off script and raises Cody's hand and taps him on the chest. Like, this sounds like his you know the Jordan run when it's like you go from city to city and you wrapping it up. This sounds like that for
or
Brock
maybe he's
Lesnar.
tired of people.
I don't know. I think
go Sylvan.
Yeah, I think he likes Cody. You know, when you think about everybody he's had to put over, like, you know, I think Cody has like a real, and this is just me outside looking in. I think Cody's a real respectable person, and you know, it's not like, I think the last person he probably liked in that same capacity was John Cena. John Cena does really good business, but him and John Cena are just, you know, they come from the same cloth. But you look at someone like Cody Rhodes, someone as respectable, and, you know, probably pays him a lot of homage, and it's just very, like, you know, just a overall decent person. I think he just really gravitates to Cody, and it's like, you know what, you just
that's dope, man.
Hey, yo, so I just googled, and it looks like Minneapolis, Minnesota is the leading candidate for WrestleMania 2025, and that is Brock Lesnar's hometown. So if he was gonna walk away, it would make sense for his final match to be at WrestleMania.
Damn, bro.
In Minneapolis. I'm just saying.
Damn.
Yeah, he's probably gonna do it. Yeah, I can see that.
Bro,
might
it's
be
like
it.
LeBron retiring.
This might
is
be
crazy.
it.
Wow. Because he been here
I
for
know.
a minute, yo. We was kids.
He's been going since we was kids, yo. He's been wrestling since we was kids.
So
where does Brock Lesnar rank? Like, if Brock is really gonna call it a career and wrap it up, where would Brock rank in this? Like, is like, Brock, I don't know where to put him on my Mount Rushmore, to be honest.
Like, I don't know. I probably would put, like,
where would he be?
As far as legitimacy,
I probably put Stone Cold as Jordan.
You know, of course.
I mean, obviously.
You know, I probably put damn, if you're gonna choose The Rock.
Brock is hard to rank, right? Like, it's hard to pinpoint exact. Yeah, because he walked away for a long time. We forget Brock Lesnar walked away to try the NFL thing. He was on the Vikings for like 2 weeks, and then he went into UFC, dominated over there, and then we gotta and he left when he was real young.
I could probably give, like, Roman. I give Roman. LeBron.
You would wait. Did you just say Roman Reigns was the LeBron James? Yeah, all right, next topic.
Hey, we're gonna have to.
But who else? But when we realistically think about it, though, but for real though. So, like, who would Roman be then?
Paul George.
Roman is the man that's on the come up right now. Whoa, man.
Paul George is good.
Like, what?
Paul George is good.
So to me, Roman Reigns is on the come up right now.
I mean, come on, Cooley.
Like, if I had to call Stone Cold Steve Austin the Michael Jordan, that would mean that someone like Hulk Hogan would be like, I don't know, the Dr. J or whoever back then.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I would have to say LeBron was John Cena maybe. So
okay, I can respect that. But then, like, who's
Roman would be like the next in line, and he like Giannis. I mean, when Giannis retire, Giannis is gonna have so many accolades. He's gonna be like
Roman Jokic, bro.
Well, what about KD?
No.
Well, not KD. maybe Steph. Maybe Roman.
You know what? No. You know what? I like this. Maybe Roman is Jokic. Because let's be honest, Roman. Yeah, because Roman's been a lot. I'll tell you why. Roman has been around for a long time, but we didn't really accept Roman until like the last couple years. They forced him on us, but we didn't really like Roman like that until he turned heel.
Yeah, but when we're thinking about impact, we're thinking about dominance. We're thinking about who's actually like revolutionizing. Like,
he's Steph.
The best.
That's what Joker's doing right now.
Like, okay. I think he's Steph. I think he's more Steph than anything. Because I mean, when we look at Steph, we look at how he's basically like changed how people play the sport, right? The same way that Iverson changed how people play the sport.
Right. I ain't mad at Steph.
Yeah.
So Roman is Steph, and Brock is. We still ain't figured out Brock.
I don't know.
It's
who Brock is, dog.
We might have to have a whole different episode for the
Brock
for that
Earl
conversation,
Boykins, boy.
It's tough to figure out where Brock.
Damn,
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. But man, what a career!
Yeah. Yo,
Charles Barkley.
The producer of this show just said that Brock Lesnar was Charles.
You ain't Charles Barkley. You don't want to be that look like him.
Bro,
be gone.
Be gone, wanna be.
Be gone, be gone.
Oh man,
Brock. I would put Brock. Brock is Tim Duncan, man. He quiet. He dominate.
Yeah, that's.
But
real,
he ain't. We don't really look at him like he ain't Jordan or nothing. But he still dominated in silence. He Tim Duncan. He got 5 championships.
Yeah, he's one of those ones. You gotta respect.
What else you got for? What else you got
Let's
for?
take it across the hall for a quick second at AEW, baby. They draw the biggest ratings since their debut episode of Collision.
Oh, that's right.
Man.
They did.
739,000.
Good for them, man. Fantastic.
But
they did. And then what happened?
this past weekend,
and then what happened?
them viewers went all the way down, baby. It dropped to 388,000. Is Tony Khan in panic mode? Or it was SummerSlam.
Absolutely.
We'll brush it off.
It's SummerSlam.
It's SummerSlam. You know the AEW fans was tuning in.
Like it's the big four.
Of course.
It's the big four, man.
Right. So WWE fans are trying to clown AEW for only doing 300,000 viewers, but like, come on now, they going against SummerSlam. Who's gonna watch Collision over one of the biggest pay-per-views of all time? Or not the biggest pay-per-view. I keep calling them pay-per-views, premium live events.
Yeah.
Who's gonna watch a random Saturday show over one of the biggest premium live events? That's like watching the big 3 over like an NBA playoff game.
That.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna do that? We're not gonna watch the big 3. We're not gonna watch Darius Miles and who was playing the big 3. We ain't gonna watch Mamik Abdul Rauf over Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like, come on now.
That's cold, man. That's cold.
Nah.
That's cold.
We ain't gonna watch big baby Glenn Davis. I'm a big 3 fan, but we're not watching that over the playoffs. Like, that just don't make sense.
Shout out to Big 3.
Yeah, it's one of the big 4.
Yeah, man. Come on. It's mania in the summertime.
Shout out to Ice
Cube. We ain't missing that. Feel me? You know.
Yeah. Got WrestleMania, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, and then Royal Rumble.
Come on.
I might have to throw Survivor Series out of there, to be honest. I feel like Survivor Series ain't what it used to be.
What's your replacement with? Backlash?
Yeah, nobody checking for that.
Backlash?
WrestleMania Backlash.
I feel like Money in the Bank been kind of whatever.
No,
you know?
not at all. That was not at all.
The only reason people look at SummerSlam, or the only reason people look at Survivor Series the way they do is because it's been around for a long time.
I mean, yeah.
But let's just be honest, like SummerSlam,
history.
Survivor Series ain't been popping like that for a long time. They tried to do the War Games thing, and it's cool, but it's like
it's one side to be the last one, man. Like it just is.
Qwan said Survivor Series ain't been popping since the Rock debut. That's crazy.
Ain't nobody checking for Survivor.
That's crazy.
They don't even do the Survivor Series match no more. Like the last couple years, they had the Raw versus SmackDown thing. Last year they had War Games, which was dope, but like we didn't have like the side versus that side thing anymore. So it's like, what is Survivor Series even? Get that out of here. Ain't nobody checking for that.
It's still the big 4.
Okay,
come on. It's just the bottom.
All right.
Hey, and I know y'all heard about a legend of ours from our childhood, Rob Van Dam. Had his first match at AEW. Did y'all see that? First of all, this man is 52 years old.
That man is 57, by the way.
He's 52, man. No, he ain't
look
57. 52. Don't put them 6 extra years down. He's 52. Bro,
man is 64.
He was
dog.
in good shape. Like, did y'all like? Bro did a.
He was moving.
What's that move called? A corkscrew leg drop. Bro,
the corkscrew,
insane, bro.
Yeah. On the barricade, that was nuts.
He was looking good, man.
Look, RVD looked good. He can still move. I saw that weed he be smoking, got him looking decent. He definitely look his age though. Like the way he moved, he look younger. But when you look at him physically, he look old as hell. I ain't gonna hold you. But I mean, you know, white people, you know how they age. I'm just saying. But I enjoyed the match. Jungle Boy won. It was the right decision. I don't want to see more of Rob Van Dam, to be honest. I hope it was a one-off because I'm kind of all in on the young
man.
Jack Perry.
Put some
respect
on Jack Perry.
Oh, you want to put respect on Jack Perry, but you ain't had no respect for Gable Stevenson though. He can be Gable Stevenson, but Jack Perry.
Everybody's gonna say
right.
Steven instead of Stevenson. I don't even know what Stevenson.
I ain't never heard of that
crazy.
before. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's insanity. I've never heard of that in my life. Stevenson.
So
No disrespect, Gable.
Speaking of another old head, guess who returned, y'all? Sting returned to AEW. And he will have a match with Darby Allin versus Swerve Strickland and Fox. How do we feel about that? But first, before we talk about this, let me get this off my chest. Like a bench press. Tony Khan is wild as hell for that spot he made Sting do a month ago, which is why he was injured. Bro, did y'all? Bro is 64 years old. Why is he jumping off a ladder from the ring onto a table that did not break? The table did not break, or at least I think only one table broke. But like, bro, what are we doing?
It didn't break. I don't think it broke. It was like a random Wednesday. Oh. Like, why is Sting doing stuff like that on a random Wednesday? They got to build up to spots like that. They can't just throw that shit out there on a random
64
Wednesday.
Years old.
AEW's a spot fest
64
show,
years
man.
old.
You know, they don't appreciate spots over there.
How y'all feel about his return, man?
You know AEW's a spot fest
How y'all feel about
show.
this man return?
So I ain't really thinking about Sting. Like, he a legend, but I ain't worried about that. What I'm worried about is AR Fox and Swerve. Swerve confident is looking like he's the one. He put on muscle. He got big. He wearing grills now. He talking gangster. Y'all say he only walked down on Nick Wayne and beat his ass in that studio. He hit him in the head with a picture of his dead dad. He hit him in the head with a picture of his dead dad. Like, left him laying there in blood. That's what I want to see. That's what Swerve is doing right now. That's what I want for Montez Ford. That's what I see in Montez Ford. I like Swerve. I like what Swerve doing, and I like what AR Fox doing.
I appreciate Sting. I appreciate Darby, but Swerve and Fox. I'm very happy for them. Because this is a big step towards going up that ladder. And Swerve is looking like one of them ones, man. He looking like he ready for the shit. You know what I mean? So, shouts to them, man. I will say, Sting. I just hope you keep the spots minimal, man. We don't want to see.
We know why
Sting, you a legend, man. But
it's Wembley Stadium.
We just don't want to see anything.
80K. That's the only reason Sting is there. Like, they got to put some star power on that show if 80,000 people gonna be there. So
I just don't want him taking those spots like crazy. Like, he can be on TV all he wants. I love Sting, but man,
he the same age as LA Knight, so I mean, you should be able to take them spots.
That's insane.
Your boy.
He's not, but I feel.
Let me talk to you.
I definitely tried to bait you there. I definitely tried to bait you. You ain't take the bait though.
Not at all. Not at all.
Shout out Sting, man.
Shout
out Sting. Yo.
Shout out to Sting. What else you got? Wait. Shout out to AR Fox. Let's talk about AR Fox for a second. This man been grinding for years. He's responsible for Austin Theory. He's responsible for Swerve. He's helped train so many people. He finally getting a spot on a show like this. That's fire.
At Wimbledon too. At
That's
Wimbledon
super fire. Shout out to AR Fox.
That's big, man. That's big.
Wimbledon, big Wimbledon stadium.
Nah, but Michael Jackson owns that stadium, so that's big for them. I'm just saying.
Wait. What?
Owns that stadium, man.
I didn't know that.
Wait. Oh, you saying because he performed there and how the fans,
man.
right? I thought you were saying he actually owned it, like physically. I'm like, wait, hold on, for real? Like the Jacksons own Wembley Stadium? Like what?
The concert stuff. But yeah.
I don't know. It's looking like Tony Khan owned it to me, bro. It's looking like 80K.
Look at the numbers, man.
WWE doing 80K in
Wembley.
Wembley.
They supposedly outsold the
SummerSlam '92.
WrestleMania
3.
'92.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. It's Tony Khan. Look like Tony Khan around Wembley to me, baby.
They beat out WrestleMania 3 and ticket sales. So shouts to y'all, man. You know what I mean? Keep doing big things. Keep pushing the envelope for real.
Yeah, y'all wanna laugh at them collision ratings being 300,000, but they got 80,000 people in one arena.
Yeah, nice to beat a record from 1987. That's dope.
Yeah.
no, that's true.
You know what I mean? Good job though.
But
keep going. You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing, baby.
He said it's nice
going places, kid.
You're
going places. You're doing things.
That's dope.
Y'all some haters. What up? What else we got, man?
Let's talk about Chris Jericho. the Jericho Appreciation Society has seemingly broken up.
Qwan.
What is next for Chris Jericho? Because that whole segment, everybody was dropping like flies. Danny Garcia was dancing, dancing his way.
Hey, that Daniel Garcia.
Hey, yeah.
He danced his way out.
Oh
bro.
shit! I dropped my light, bro.
Yo, I mean, the way I want to know what's next for Jericho, man, because we gotta. I mean, I know he re-upped with AEW for like 5 years or something like that, but Jericho getting up there, man, and he wrestling, steady like every night. You know what I mean? And I know that's got to be hard on his body. And now that this whole Jericho Appreciation Society is kind of disbanding, it's like, what's next for the guy? Like, what is he realistically gonna be doing for the next 5 years? What should he be doing for the next 5 years? That's kind of just what's on my heart. But it's about time because I was kind of tired of JAS.
JAS wore its welcome out a year ago.
Yeah,
Is he joining a new faction?
I hope not. I hope Chris Jericho, man. At this point in his career, he should just be a backstage producer or something. Like maybe join a writing team, be a coach, be a trainer or something. Like I love Chris Jericho. He was one of my favorites growing up, but I don't want to see him wrestle anymore. Like he looks his age when he's out there moving sloppily, falling around in the ring. Like you can tell he's up there in age. At this point, just go be a producer. We don't need to see you. I'm too invested in these young dudes in AEW to sit here and be worried about Chris Jericho. Let's get Chris Jericho, Sting, RVD, Christian, all these dudes. I don't want to see them no more. I'm sorry. I love them.
Christian.
I don't want to see none of them.
I don't know.
I don't want to see Christian
really
no more.
Work.
Like,
Christian's
get these old dudes out of here. AEW need to focus on AEW. Get these old former WWE dudes out of here. I'm sorry.
How about Billy Gunn?
He's doing real good work.
Yeah.
No, he needs to go.
Shout out
he's
to
done.
Billy.
Yeah,
I think he is done.
I hope he meets it.
Hey, shout out Chris. Shout out
Christian. He feels.
That's my favorite.
Man.
My favorite
ain't no shout outs to Chris
of all
Jericho,
time
man.
is Chris Jericho. I'm sorry, that's my favorite debut of all time.
Was that with the
Rock, bro?
It was with the
Raw
Rock.
is Jericho. I think it was 99.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They had the countdown clock, the Millennium joint.
Chef Kiss. And so, last on my rundown list is a wrestler that I've been in his corner for years. Being patient. We talked about patience earlier, and I have been the most patient wrestling fan with this man. His name is Bray Wyatt. So, word on the street, he's beat an unknown life-threatening disease. We don't know what it is. We don't know what he's been going through, but he's beating it, and hopefully he returns soon. I'm stoked. I've been on this Bray Wyatt train for a long time. I remember when The Fiend debuted at SummerSlam 2019. It was amazing. So I just hope he's doing great, and he comes back strong, and he has a better run this time around.
A lot of people owe him some apologies.
Yeah.
A lot of people owe him an apology, and I'm a lot of people, unfortunately, because I talked mad trash about Bray Wyatt running from the grind. I thought he was upset about his creative, but at the end of the day, we've said it before. These people are real human beings. So if he was dealing with something that was life-threatening, I absolutely had no idea about that. So I definitely owe him an apology. So Bray Wyatt, shout out to you. I'm sorry for criticizing the way you walked away because clearly I didn't have all the details. So shout out to Bray Wyatt. And I'm excited to see him back because I like Bray.
Yo, man, shouts to Bray for beating any type of life-threatening disease. Man, before any of this wrestling stuff, like being a human is what's most important. And so I'm just so glad, man, that you're doing all right. And, I'm really glad that you're pulling through and that you beat it because that's what matters more than anything. But, I still think, you're overrated.
Yo, that's it for my rundown.
Oh, my
that is
God.
it.
But I respect, but I'm so glad you made it through, bro. Like, at the end of the day, your life is what matters the most. You know what I mean? And, man, like, I would have hated to see anything happen to you. That's from the bottom of my heart, and now that you're back, you know what I mean? I can get back to, like, hating on, how you wrestle and, the matches that you put on in peace without, feeling like, damn, but I'm so glad. I'm really, like, for real, bottom of my heart, I'm so glad that you were up, man. I don't wish Nothing on anybody.
To the audience, I apologize for Sylvan's remarks. His favorite wrestler right now is LA Knight, whose in-ring is trash, but he thinks that Bray Wyatt's in-ring is trash too. So I don't understand that.
I'm just
glad.
I'm just glad Bray Wyatt's okay, man. I'm really glad he's all right.
How can you?
I didn't like Roman Reigns when he had leukemia, but man, I would never want anything to happen.
Of course not.
He beat leukemia, and man, at the end of the day, your health is worth more than anything. But now that he's all right, you know what I'm saying, we can, get back to, I can get back to telling, to just keeping it a bean about how I feel about his wrestling and, his many characters and everything that I don't really, big fan of. But
you can't lie, the Fiend is really like top tier.
It was fun.
I'm just glad you're good, my guy. I'm so glad you're good.
The Fiend was incredible.
I'm so glad you're good, bro.
Holy.
So glad you're good.
Holy.
Bro,
to be honest,
I would never want anything to happen to you, man.
Y'all gotta rewind that.
The Fiend was incredible until the bell rang. Let's just Cooley. I know Cooley.
No. I'm just talking about the character.
But
I'm talking about.
Let's just be honest.
I'm not talking about the in-ring.
The character was fire until the bell rang. As soon as you hear ding ding ding, it all go downhill from there.
I'm just
go to Peacock.
Man, like, I don't even want to think about anything bad happening to Bray Wyatt, bro. Like, I don't want anything bad to happen to any wrestler.
Go to Peacock. Go to Raw. Go to July 15th, 2019.
Don't say no. You better never say no Daniel Bryan.
It's the Fiend.
Is it the Daniel Bryan match? Oh, okay. I'm about to say because Daniel Bryan carry anything that they did.
But yeah, that's all I got for the rundown.
That's it for the rundown. Good looks with that. That was fun. Shout out to Bray Wyatt. Now, y'all know what we like to do every episode of this podcast. We like to show love to our favorite black wrestlers, both past and present. I'm gonna let y'all pick this week. Let's do Cooley.
Yeah.
Cooley. Who you want to show love to
black
this
wrestler.
week?
I mean, since we talked about them and since their big show is coming up very soon, I'm gonna give it a Swerve. F it. I'm gonna give it a Swerve, man. He's doing his thing right now, so I hope
it's well deserved.
Yeah, man.
That's two for Swerve because he did something. He did a big thing this week.
I'm give it a Swerve,
man. He did a big thing this week.
I'm gonna go with my guy Cody Rhodes.
What?
And, make sure
Wait, are you giving?
Hey, yo, that's blasphemy.
I'm like, hold on. Are you giving Cody Rhodes the black wrestler of the week?
Nah, man. Nah,
he has light skinned hair.
Nah, man. I'm giving it to the come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving it to the Street Profits, man. Street Profits this week having a massive heel turn.
Look,
really joining the new Hurt Business now, 2.0 Hurt Business. 2.0.
I hope it's not the Hurt Business.
I don't know what it is, but they came out in suits and they're supposed to be heels, even though they got cheered. So but you know what I mean. But
hey, Dawkins,
they looked incredible, man. Them boys looked like they were stomping people out in like penny loafers and
Dawkins looked like a civil rights leader, man. He had that haircut. He was out there looking like Martin Luther King.
Like Martin Luther King stomping people out, dog. I was just like, yo, this is crazy. So, shout out to the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley.
I thought we was only choosing one. I didn't know we was all giving our favorite black wrestler of the week. But since we all doing one, I was gonna give it to Swerve. But since you bringing up the Street Profits, I'm gonna just go ahead and throw one in there too. So, you know what? I want to give a shout out to JTG. You remember JTG
man.
at Crime Time?
Wow. Yeah,
JTG.
Yeah.
He don't get enough
Crime
love.
Time.
And rest in peace to Shad. I think he lost his life with
saving his son.
He was like saving his. He died a hero. But
Crime.
But
time.
shout out to JTG. He don't get enough love in this. But I just want to show you, we love you, JTG. We love you over here at this podcast, and we would love to have you on as a fellow black man.
Yes, indeed.
Straight up, man.
Indeed.
Crime time.
Vince McMahon.
Crime time. I know people hated Crime Time because it was very offensive, but Crime Time was fire to me. They used to come out rolling the dice.
That's
like,
ignorant as hell.
Man, I was in. I don't care what y'all say.
Ignorant as hell.
Vince
was
wrong,
off
man.
a beam, man. He was just biting the John Cena juice, wearing do-rags.
Hey, Vince wearing do-rags was insane. Ain't nothing wrong with a little Crime Time though, man. A little ignorance is fun every once in a while. Shit, we here on the podcast,
cocaine,
we ignorant.
Nah, he was sniffing cocaine back then, man. Wrestling with God. It was just
you wilding now.
He was wild.
Well, now that we got that beautiful thing out the way, it's time for something a little more sinister.
Yeah.
Y'all know what the deal is. Pack them up. Who we packing up this week? You know, I'll let you go first. I'm gonna say this for that. I don't know who you packing up. I know who I'm packing up.
Oh, I know who I'm packing up.
All right. I am packing up Rhea Ripley and Buddy Matthews.
Whoa, man, yeah, wow.
So first off, congratulations to them for announcing that they are engaged and they're getting married. So big congratulations. I always want to cheer for love. Rhea Ripley and Buddy getting married. Rhea Ripley, you're involved in an on-screen relationship with Dominic Mysterio right now.
Dog.
At least put up the facade that is real. Don't just expose that it's fake. We all know it's fake, but we want to believe that it's real when we watch it. That's why we watch. We watch to believe that what we are watching is legit. So don't announce that you're getting married in the middle of a relationship with Dominic Mysterio on TV. Come on now. I got to pack y'all up. Didn't Rusev get in trouble for this? Didn't Rusev get in trouble for this very same thing?
In trouble.
When Lana was involved with Dolph Ziggler on screen, and then he ran to Instagram and said, "Oh, we're getting married."
You know, Rhea not going to get in trouble.
But congratulations, though, because you know what I'm saying. Oh, facts. Triple H love her too much.
Yeah, straight up. She the one. Billy Gunn.
It's like how
not the one.
How
Billy
SZA won't get in trouble by TDE, but Reason did. But you know, whatever.
Hey, shout out to Reason too. Musa, that was fucked up.
Shout out Reason. Porch is on Friday. Let's go.
Let's go.
Porch is out now, man. It's out now.
Hey, I heard Porsche's. It was. Hey, yeah.
It was
on
cool.
to the.
Nah, man. Nah, Porches was solid. Solid effort.
It was straight. It was straight.
Solid effort. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Musa, man. Shout out to Musa.
Yeah.
Who you packing up, Sylvan?
Man, I'm packing up. Man, you don't forget about it, man. I'm packing up Ronda Rousey.
I knew it. Okay,
Cooley. You know what I mean? What better way to send this off? She's already packing up her bags. Let's just throw them out the door. You know, Ronda, man. Look, in all sincerity, man, like, I don't really like your career in WWE.
Whoa.
I don't hate you, but I don't like your career. I think your career in WWE kind of sucked. You know what I mean? You can have all the accolades you wanted. You know what I'm saying? I respect everything that you brought, the attention and everything, but you know what I mean? Like, good riddance, baby. You know what I'm saying? I hope you go figure out what you love, and I hope you go make history somewhere else, and I hope you find fulfillment. But as a wrestling fan, I'm goodbye.
Yikes.
Deuces.
Yikes.
Facts.
Cooley, who you packing up, Cooley? I don't think John Moxley bled this week, so you can't be on
John
Moxley
this
week.
Is a very, very lucky guy this week. He's very lucky because he didn't bleed. But you know who I'm packing up, man? I'm packing up the wrestling fans this week, man. I'm sorry. I'm packing them up, man, because
that's a fact.
My Twitter was in shambles after this bloodline match. Oh my God. And we talked about patience earlier.
You're upset.
We said, it's so stupid. I don't get why Jimmy, blah, blah, blah. Everybody is overreacting. They said they don't want to see this for the next 18 years, blah, blah, blah. Everybody is fickle. But you're going to be right on this train in a month. So shut up and do your homework. All right?
So
pack them up.
Pack them up, baby.
See, it's not that they overreact, because we all react. Like, this is a very reaction-based economy. We all react. But they just be so loud. They be so loud and upset and screaming like the world is ending. And it's like, bro, it's okay, man. Calm down. It's been 2 days.
That's because they don't believe.
They said Roman had a dreadful 36-minute match with a stupid swerve from Jimmy Uso. Let it play out.
Man, Roman, I hope you champion for the next 3 years, man.
Well,
straight up.
Hopefully, if you at home and you let this episode play out and didn't turn off after Sylvan's rant on Ronda Rousey, shout out to Ronda Rousey, but you know what? We getting out of here. So we'll see y'all next week with another episode of your favorite podcast, Wrestling with the Hobies.